Hello, John.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your project you're doing for the Maker Fair. Do you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Well, I formed the group, the Dalek Asylum Milwaukee, DAM.
That's the acronym, DAM?
If you decided to use an acronym, that would be the best one to use because those are the three initials. But
Indeed.
I could have went Milwaukee Asylum of the Daleks, and that would be like MAD, but then everyone might think we're part of Sector 67 in Madison. So I decided no too much confusion, and if you were mad, you might wind up in an asylum anyway. So it's hard to say. But we're building Daleks, the cybernetic organism, the robotic-like nemesis of Doctor Who. And
for somebody who's like, I didn't know what a Dalek was.
Yes.
So I mean, what is its function? What is its purpose?
The gestalt of the Dalek.
Yes, please.
They are the epitome of canned evil. It's as dangerous a creature that could ever be unleashed on the earth that has a toilet plunger for an arm.
Now, is that your design, or is that typical of Daleks in general?
One arm is a plunger, the other is sort of a wire whisk gun.
Are you serious?
Yes,
really?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so one arm on. So if anyone makes a Dalek, it's on a Dalek unless it has a plunger arm and.
Well, the plunger is not an absolute necessity. There's a few variants, but. Generally, round-domed head with an eye stalk that comes out, sort of like a magic 8-ball that glows blue, and a wire whisk and a plunger and a kind of a skirt full of bubbles, and you've got your tin can Dalek.
It kind of sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Are
there any similarities? I'm not familiar with either. Okay.
Not so much.
All right.
It probably is a role-playing game for Doctor Who, but we're actually building a physical studio-grade replica.
A physical studio-grade replica?
Make several of these, hopefully. And with the intent of ultimately getting into the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most Daleks in one place at one time, and take the current world's record away from the Brits.
Right, so it's been a long, difficult history with those Brits, I tell you.
Yes, no taxation without representation.
Oh, right. That was the slogan, wasn't it?
We shouldn't say that so much these days.
Indeed. So, now whose idea was it? Now, when you tell me you're going for the Guinness Book of World Records, I mean, you guys are really going to...
The gentleman who is providing us with the fiberglass molds and silicone molds for resin parts and a lot of tooling and jigs to make the Daleks is Dave Duca from Oconto, Wisconsin. And he's pretty much the godfather of Daleks. He's built 16 complete Daleks himself and helped up to 40 other people with parts, bits and pieces along the way. So
if you're looking for a Dalek guru, his
Dave
name
Duca
Dave
is
Duca.
Your guru.
Yeah, and he's found where?
In Oconto, Wisconsin.
Oconto. Where on earth is Oconto?
It's
roughly, that is, near.
Way up north where the tall pines grow.
Are there roads in Oconto?
Yes, there are roads. It's not that terribly far from the upper Michigan border.
Sure. So now let's get to the real goal.
Green Bay-ish.
Let's get to the real goal of this Dalek enterprise, which I think your original purpose, at least stated here today, is specious at best. It's to get rich, is it not?
It's filthy, stinking rich. I want to be the used Dalek guy. You want to be what we have to do to put you into a Dalek today.
Right.
because these you'll be able to ride inside. A lot of these are powered by electric wheelchair parts, and you just go cruising.
Yeah. So are you gonna don't take this the wrong way. You're not gonna like knock elderly people off their wheelchairs and steal their accessible parts, now will you?
Michael, I see a person in a power wheelchair, and all I see is a Dalek in training.
I see. So not so much.
Not to belittle people with physical handicap.
Yeah. Excuse us.
The door.
Excuse us for one moment, please. Taking a break here, our discussion is Daleks today on Makersplore. Our guest is John Hewitt, and he's discussed breaking the world's record of most Daleks in one place at one time. He'll be back shortly. Join us again next week for another edition of Makersplore. The topic is yet to be decided. We're looking at doing something in the metal fabrication area and discussing one of the gurus back there. Oh, here he comes, Mr. Hewitt, the Dalek master, not yet a guru.
You won't believe this. You should have followed me with the
Please
camera.
apologize to my audience,
I apologize
my mass
for
audience.
the interruption. There was a pounding at the door, and you won't believe this, but it was a man in a power wheelchair.
Wow, son of a gun. Just
He came to a couple meetings. He brought off some donations.
Very nice. So that will help your cause.
Well, he didn't donate his chair.
So now let's get back to the filthy, stinking rich. Yes,
right.
and Daleks and Daleks, excuse me. So
if you're British, you almost say it like Dalek, but they don't. They don't like it when we put an R into it because there's no R, but they sometimes pronounce it like there's an R.
And describe the typical Dalek lover, or that is to say, or Dalek maker, which is more relevant here.
I suppose it's some kind of sci-fi nerd.
Sci-fi nerd.
Yeah,
okay.
With a couple of tool skills.
Yeah. How are the Dalek makers' social skills in general?
The ones I've met, they're wonderful people. They're absolutely wonderful people.
Would you bring them to a cocktail party?
A high-end fundraiser, perhaps.
Yeah. Say you needed $50,000, and you needed your cohort as a spokesperson.
Probably not outside their Dalek.
Right.
Inside their Dalek, they'd be perfectly fine.
Right, so as long as they're attached to the Dalek in a closed room without any windows or other people, then he's quite enough.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So getting stinking rich, you can't go out into the public. How do you plan on getting rich? Again, in closing?
Well, actually, that's I don't know. I've been in this. I've got several people interested and excited about it, but it seems like I'm putting the bills for everything. So, so we may have to put Filthy Stinking Rich on hold.
Filthy Stinking Rich on hold.
That's
okay. All right.
Do what you love, the money will come. They keep telling you that, right?
Right. That damn passion word. I'm tired of hearing that. Well, we'll end this session as soon as I figure out how to pause. I think I'm just going to hit it.
Excellent.
And so, at Makersplore, we're here with John Hewitt, a Dalek builder, maker. at the Makerspace, 2555 South Lenox, signing out.